Okay, thanks for introduction. An abdominal non-subtraction-based, non-contrast-enhanced MRA has been developed for renal arteriography by numbing renal parenchyma and veins using a specially selective inversion pause with a delay. During this delay, the fresh upstream blood flows into the imaging slab, usually a small FOV. A variant of such inflow-based methods was also applied to other vessels, such as hepatic system. To extend the FOV, the quadruple inversion method applied sagittal SSI immediately following a non-selective inversion pause to reinvert the aorta. However, it requires careful placement of the SSI pause, and it introduces a wide bright band. Alternatively, a velocity-selective inversion pause was also proposed at 1.5 Tesla. The VSI pause aimed to invert the stationary tissue and venous blood while preserving the arterial blood. The original scheme of VS pause trains does not have any refocusing, which is known to be sensitive to off-resonance. Through paired and phase-cycled refocusing pauses, the immunity to off-resonance was improved. The velocity-selective saturation pause train was placed right before the acquisition to suppress static tissue. The combination of SSI and VSS was successfully demonstrated on cerebral MRA at 3T. It has superior background suppression and well separation of arterial and venous blood. In this study, we aim to construct a non-contrast enhanced abdominal MRA at 3T using SSI or VSI plus VSS with large spatial coverage and without any spatial planning, which is desired for clinical application. The VS MRA protocols include angiography with VSS and arteriography with SSI or VSI plus VSS. They're triggered by respiration. In the VSS angiography, a Fourier transform-based VSS pause train was placed before the acquisition to suppress static tissue. It contains 9 excitation pauses and 8 encoding steps. The saturation band is within 3 centimeters per second. For obtaining arteriography, an adiabatic SSI pause was placed with an inversion delay. It covers the imaging volume and extends 10 centimeters towards the foot direction to mitigate contamination from inflow venous blood. Alternatively, a VSI pause train was also applied to reduce the sensitivity to transit time. The VS-MRA protocols was quantitatively evaluated on 14 healthy subjects on a 3T Philips scanner. Here's a 25-year-old female. When not applying the VSS, the residual background signal obscured the vessel signals. The combination of inversion and VSS reveal the arterial structure. Replacing BSSFP to TFE will reduce the SNR. In this case, the VSI protocols were depict better proximal aorta and distal iliac arteries. Here's the result of a 24-year-old male with different inversion delays. The SSI plus VSS is totally inflow-based, so the longer inversion time led to better distal arterial signal. But the VSI plus VSS is much less sensitive to inversion delay. Both methods suffers increasing contamination from iliac veins with longer delay time. most likely due to the inflow of venous blood. A 25-year-old female, the VSS method greatly enhanced the blood contrast and shows major abdominal vasculature. The SSI or VSS plus VSI plus VSS largely non-venous blood, except some residue from iliac veins. In this case, the flow velocity is fast, so the SSI plus VSS depict good iliac arteries, while the proximal aorta signal is lost. This case has a slightly slower velocity compared to the previous one. So the SSI plus VSS cannot depict the iliac artery, while the VSI plus VSS preserves the signal. A 55-year-old female, the elder subject suffers more signal loss from the distal aorta and iliac arteries of the SSI plus VSS imaging, while the VSI plus VSS compensates the distal aorta and left iliac arteries, while the right iliac artery is improved but not fully restored. For all the three cases before, we compared the axial MIP with B-trans, which is an SSI-based renal arteriography. The details of renal arteries could be visualized for all three methods. The SMRA protocols has better tissue suppression. For quantitative evaluation, we manually drawn the ROIs on arteries, veins, and tissue at hepatic level, renal level, aortic bifurcation, and iliac bifurcation. The right figure shows an average artery-to-tissue relative contrast ratio of 7 subjects. Most ratio above 0.6. However, the iliac bifurcation level, SSI plus VSS, is lower than 0.2, whereas the VSI plus VSS is still larger than 0.4. In summary, we achieved large FOV non-contrast enhanced abdominal angiography with the VSMRA protocols. The VSS has high performance on background suppression. The SSI prepared method is inflow-based, so it could be hampered by slow flow velocity. The VSI approach is less sensitive to slow flow. Thanks for your attention.